End of Women's Month, we chat to a few women in music who also happen to form part of this year's festival. Now, the joy of jazz is still amongst one of the biggest and successful music shows hosted here in South Africa. The jazz industry is still male-dominated, but over the years it's shifted to introducing more females in the scene. All right, let's talk to a couple of women that know the festival pretty damn well. All right. All right, before we go even further, jazz artist Lindiwe Maxolo is also here. Judith Sephuma and Mantwa Chinoamadi are there. Good morning, ladies. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Good, thank you. It can't be nice being up this early, eh? No. At least we didn't ask you two to sing. Because I hear you don't sing this early in the morning.
You would get up to sing in the morning.
All right, Mantwa, let's start with this year's Joy of Jazz. Preparations, how far are we? This time is crunch time.
Wow, a few days to the festival. Sure. We've been ready. It's just to tie those loose ends, see everything is, in track. When you're in a creative space, they can tell you 2 days to your event, that's when you panic the most. You check from the first email you sent. All those plans come to the table and you start, cross-checking everything. And I guess it's normal. It has to be like that if you want the end of what you're doing to be perfect.
Yeah. Judith, let's talk about the role of women in this jazz space and how far that's come. And 2016, are we still having the same conversation that we're having 2-3 years ago?
You know what? I think we are not. With us coming out of Women's Month, by the time Joy of Jazz happens, we shall have come out of Women's Month. And I think it's just so appropriate that the lineup that we have, Joy of Jazz, is showcasing a lot of South African artists, actually mainly dominated by South African artists, which is great. And it's talent that we don't actually, are not really most of us not aware of, and we're going to actually get to meet these wonderful singers. So the language has actually changed. It's all about unity, unifying, women, and this is really, really amazing.
Lindiwe, what do platforms like these, Joy of Jazz, do for women and jazz, the space that exists?
Okay, it gives you... Okay, excuse my voice, it's very early. First of all, I had a cough and a flu. It gives you a voice. I mean, as women, I think we've struggled a lot, especially in this industry. So right now, it gives you that voice. You say, okay, we're here, and we're not going anywhere. You can't touch us. We can touch every instrument. How about it?
Let's talk about this year's event. I mean, we've spoken about the lineup, but how do you ensure that it's different though each year? Because I'm pretty sure you have those people that come to Joy of Jazz and have been coming to Joy of Jazz since Fantuka af, but they love the concept and they work so hard for it. How do you make sure that it's different each year?
Well, it has to be different. There's new talent coming up. There's new projects that artists that we know are doing. There's new releases that they are doing, and it just has to be different. Once the talent or once what goes on stage is different, the whole concept, the whole feel of the festival changes.
Let's talk about that, Judith. That's a very old Judith.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay.
Do you even recognize that, Judith?
Oh my goodness, time.
That though is timeless, and I think that is the key to surviving an industry that changes like that. When did you first learn that I need to stay timeless in order to survive an industry where young people are coming up and they speak a language that we may not all understand?
I think from the beginning, honestly speaking, that's a mindset I had. I had surrounded myself with the right people in my career as I started, so I knew that it had to be something that is timeless. It has to be something that can be played 20 years, 30 years from the time it's recorded. And I didn't want to be that artist that is going to be forgotten. But then hard work plays into fact. You have to continuously be hard. You got to look at your craft and look at it as a business. The minute you do that, people will take you seriously. But if it's just a hobby and you're expecting Joy of Jazz to call you, it's not going to happen. So you got to work hard. I just have to work hard.
For it.
Yeah, you gotta
Lindiwe,
work
let's
hard
talk
for
about
it.
the space, and it's such an exciting space. I was talking about it with a colleague of mine who loves jazz equally. That the Siyama Kuzenis are in this space, the Lindiwes are in this space. Thandi Tuli's in this space.
Yeah.
Somehow the switch just went on. Where do you think it transitioned from where the moment we were talking about male so much, and then somehow these young jazz musicians just sort of said, okay, it's enough now?
I think the moment we told ourselves, Uguti, this is not for men only. We can actually do this. That's when it took off. Because as I said before, Tandintul plays an instrument. Sia plays a trombone.
Yeah.
And usually a trombone, it's for men.
Yeah.
So imagine she's so short and very
And so tiny.
Yeah, and she plays a trombone. So that proves Uguti, women can do anything, especially in music. So we can do anything really.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. There's never enough time when there's three of you in the studio. Judith Sephuma, Mantwa Chinoamadi, as well as Lindiwe Maxolo. Okay, for more information, Joy of Jazz, www.joyofjazz.co.za. I've seen the ads on TV, so you can't say you haven't heard. All right, let's take a quick ad break. We'll talk about the sad news of Kaizer Chiefs.